Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. I want to talk a little bit today about my favorite film photos from this past year. And I've got my laptop right here. I've sorted some photos into categories, or just kind of like, you'll see, projects maybe. And I'm just going to go through them and kind of talk about my process, my ideas, my preferences. These are all going to be film photos. I don't know why I only like film photos. It's just, I have a very hard time liking my own digital photos. I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out how to use digital more and how to kind of give the same feelings that I have towards film photography towards digital, because it's just a lot cheaper to do that. Let's just dive right into it. The first thing is something that I actually got to test out for work, which is the new Pentax17 that came out. I think it came out around June, maybe June 17th maybe. And I actually got to test it and it was really fun. I did separate a lot of them. They do come in those 2 frames per 35mm frame, which I think was cool. Obviously you can't really blow them up very big, but the kind of the grainy vibe of it was pretty cool. I enjoyed shooting with it. It feels nice. It feels like can be improved a little bit in certain ways. Like I think the lens could be a little bit better, but overall I think the idea of the Pentax17 is really cool, and it's like cool for me that people are getting back into making film cameras. And I kind of like the whole philosophy around it, about how it's meant to be for beginners, like actual true beginners, and it's supposed to be like an affordable way to get into it. And whether or not that's the best way to get into film, I have opinions about that, but overall it was really fun to shoot with it, and I think it can be an entry drug for a lot of people, which is kind of the point of what the camera wanted to do. So I think it really did that. I did some color film. I'm pretty sure it was Kodak Gold 100 or 200, but I also can't really remember, but I try to get a lot of colors with that roll of film. And I like the vibe. Like I really like it, and I also like carrying it around. It's very light, it's very easy to use. It feels pretty reliable once you know what you're doing with it. Like you definitely need enough light, and you definitely need flash if you don't have enough light. The black and white ones actually, I think, turned out even cooler. This one that we took up on the edge, obviously it's not the most clear image, but I love the way it looks. Like I just like it. My mom was in town. She took some cool photos with it too. And yeah, I think it's cool. I think specifically for traveling, I think it can do really cool stuff. I enjoyed it. So all of these were taken in New York City, of course. Didn't travel for that. That's where I'm based now. So it's actually kind of nice that you can just, when you're testing a camera, you can just step outside and basically photograph anything that will be good. Then next one is a little selection of photos I took with my Pentax Spotmatic. You know, it's my favorite camera. And I took it at the now closed Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas. People always think it's really funny that I like Las Vegas so much, but I really like it. I really like being there. I think it's just such a colorful, such a genuinely weird place. Like it feels absolutely surreal to be in the desert and then just have Las Vegas there. I love hotels. I love tackiness. I love kind of like that. It all feels like it peaked in the 80s or 90s or whatever, and you can just kind of feel that, and I just really love it. And so there's a lot of colorful things to take photos of. This was in March, and it was just the perfect weather. It was like the first time in months that I felt like sunlight on my skin, so that was really nice. And yeah, just a few quick shots from there. Next up, we have some photos that I took with the Mamiya645. A couple of them I actually already showed in the previous video, which thank you so much everybody for watching that. That was very nice. I loved the response for that, and I loved hearing people's opinions about their own cameras, and it was just really nice to get the feedback and get some views on it. That was really, I don't know, it makes me feel really good. So thank you everybody who watched the full thing. But yeah, so I've shown a couple of these. I'm still exploring Central Park every time I go there. I feel like I go to a different spot every time and find something new and interesting, new to me and interesting. So it's definitely like a feels kind of like an endless resource of things to photograph. Also, Chris took a couple of me. I think this is when I was just about 6 or 7 months pregnant, so we took some photos, and I just wanted this time documented, and I thought that Central Park would be a really cool place, and I think he did such a good job. He actually, almost all of the photos of me, he takes, and he's just very talented with the medium format camera, and I just always love his, like I would never take, I struggle with taking horizontal photos, or landscape photos, I guess, and every time I see his photos when they're landscape, I'm just in awe. I don't know, it makes me think that I need to photograph more landscape. And yeah, I had a little vision for the outfit, and we scrambled on some rocks. I think it's called Turtle Pond in Central Park, and it was just really fun. It was super, super, super hot. I think this was July or August, beginning of August maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it was really fun, and I love how they turned out. I love how they feel like they're nature, but they're also absolutely, like you see the skyscrapers in the back, like they're absolutely in Manhattan. Yeah, love this little series. Okay, then we've got some from an event on the Empire State Building, which was really cool. It was a Fujifilm event at sunrise, which meant that at that time of the year, it was like, I think I got there at like 4:30 a.m., which is not a time that I usually like to do anything. And it was really cool. I shot these with a little point and shoot, actually. The little Olympus Stylus point and shoot, because I was testing out the Fujifilm cameras that day and didn't want to bring like a proper big film camera, so I used the little Olympus point and shoot, and I really love it. I think they turned out kind of cool. This one was right before sunrise, and then we did a really awesome shoot. It was one of our first real couples clients shoots in New York City, which I was so excited about, because that's something that I definitely want to do more of now that we're here. It's just, it takes time to build a network and to build like a client base. But we got to photograph this really beautiful couple at the Standard Hotel in Chelsea. And that was a really awesome experience. We tried to do a lot of medium format, a lot of film in general. We did get some digital photos as well that I really liked. But once again, the Mamiya645 photos and some of the Pentax Spotmatic photos, I think, just turned out to be the best out of that session. It was super fun. Great couple, very easy to photograph, obviously. And it was fun. It was really fun shooting in a hotel. I definitely recommend that if you're doing any type of couples shoot, because even though it's kind of harder when you're in kind of like in the enclosed space, it's harder to kind of get the distance between you and the subject to come up with a lot of like interesting poses or like interesting compositions. But the privacy of not being in public and like having people actually like interact without having the public there was actually very, very nice. And the hotel is beautiful. We had a beautiful view over the city. So that was really great. And I loved how the session turns out, and I would love to shoot more like this. So if you need photos in New York City, please let me know. Or also we'll travel somewhere else. And then we went to a bar afterwards, and we got some cool, very moody bar shots at that place. So that was really fun as well. Then we got a couple of random shots that I just wanted to share. This one is actually with the Mamiya 6, which I always talk about how I don't like it, but some of the shots are just so pretty and like make it worth it, make the whole roll worth it. This one is of our apartment, our beautiful, precious New York City apartment that I love so much. And I just love the way interior shots turn out with film as well, because honestly for me it's very hard to judge how they're going to turn out because of how the light works, and it's actually literally this window, and it's very difficult to gauge for me, because even if you do a light meter reading, it's very hard to gauge for me, okay, what is the outside going to look like, what's the inside going to look like. And I love this kind of darker vibe where you can't really see that much, you just see light outlines and you see like reflections, whatever, and I just really enjoy this. And then what else? Oh, I lost my folder. What the heck? Okay, here we are. This one was at the Cloy series, which I definitely want to go back to, take more photos there. Also would be an amazing spot for photography for couples, for portraits for anything like that. So definitely want to go back there. This one was a little shot with the Pentax Spotmatic that I took of the Empire State Building from a studio. We were at a studio for work, and they just have these beautiful windows, and I just really like that one. These are photos that Chris took of me at the Noguchi Museum, and I really love these photos. If you've been at the Noguchi Museum, it's pretty dark on the interior. I think he used like a 1/30th or 1/60th shutter speed. And so that's why the focus is very, very soft. And I just really like the way that looks, especially on the second one. It has something magical, I think. And I always feel weird when he takes a photo of me from this angle, but then I see the vision afterwards, and that's like now an angle that I really love portraying people in as well, because it makes them, I feel like it makes people look grand and proud and powerful. I don't know. So that's definitely like a general angle that I enjoy photographing people in now that Chris takes photos of me like that all the time. So yeah, that is just, oh, and then I have this photo. This is from April, and I saw this photo. This one is with the Olympus as well, so a point and shoot. I saw this photo and thought I looked so insanely pregnant. I was not very pregnant at all at that point, and that's just really funny to me now that I am actually days away from my due date. That's really funny that I thought that I looked very pregnant in this photo. So yeah, just a little bit of fun fact. Yeah, so that's part one of just a little bit of a recap of photos that we've taken in the past few months and that I have enjoyed, and also just a little bit of slice of life of living in New York City. Maybe, I didn't say very much about that, but just from showing some images, maybe it inspires some travel inspiration for coming to New York City. In the next video, I kind of want to talk a little bit about something that we did recently where we shot film in a studio setting. And so the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about that and my experience with that and whether or not I like that or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to get some photos together for that and just kind of share my experience, because that was the first time ever that I shot film in a studio. And I'll share my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and kind of seeing some, or like hearing some thoughts about photography, it's just a show and tell. I've watched some videos like that on YouTube, and I really enjoy just seeing people's work and hearing them talk about it. So that's why I thought it might be nice to recap the summer months a little bit, and also to just reflect on photos taken in the last few months. So yeah, that's all I had to share today. Waiting for this baby to come out. Also, it is absolutely gorgeous outside. The leaves are starting to turn, and this is my first time in New York City in the fall. It's been like my first October in New York City, and it is so beautiful that I'm not sure what to do with myself. I really want to go out there and take photos, but I also don't really want to move around that much right now. So I might just take some photos from the comfort of my window. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers. That has been just so nice to see, so motivating to see people's comments and nice interactions online. I think there's a lot of worry about putting yourself and your work and things that you care about on the internet, but so far it's been very nice that the general feedback that I've been receiving has been just very sweet and very inspiring to me, and very motivating to me to make good content. So I hope this was fun to watch. Bye.